Okay, here I am. I've got Sally Teeny's Westie, strangely on the lead, but that's because where I am has rules, and one of the rules is dogs are meant to be on the lead. So although this isn't exactly a dangerous dog, I'm just complying with the rules. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. So where we are is in Brodick, and actually I'm just kind of wandering around, not even quite sure where I am. There's a glimpse of where I am through the tree there. I'll give you a little look, and you can't really see. It's a kind of a brown building. Right. Yeah, anyway, it's kind of shrouded in the trees there, so I don't think you can see it. So I'll just say where I am. I'm at Brodick Castle, and there's the proof. That's the path to the ice house, where they would store things. Very deep hole, nice and cold. And so we're below the castle. So on the left is the castle, and on the right is Brodick Bay, through the trees there. And you can just hear the traffic, because the traffic is just at the edge of the water there. You can kind of see Brodick Bay. We'll get a better view further along. Yeah, we're just out for a nice walk. It's not sunny, it's not windy or rainy. It's a nothing day, I suppose you would call it, which I suppose is disappointing for July, but actually, so is disappointing the opposite of appointing? Disappointing? Appointing? Making a word up here. So this is an appointing day for me and Sally. And that's the correct English, yes, Sally and me, because it's not too hot, we're not getting wet, we're not getting blown about, and because it's nice and early in the day, we're not getting midges either, not that she cares. So, I mean, every so often I'll probably stop talking because I embarrass people when I'm coming towards them and I'm talking at the camera, but just push through that leaf there. If you're getting tired, there's a wee bench. Another one there. Yeah, so just seemed like a nice place. I've got to come through to Brodick anyway to do some shopping. This is the last day of my holiday. I'm back at work tomorrow. So buy all the things that I need for making sandwiches and things. So that's the main reason why I'm in Brodick. But this weather suits us fine. This is like perfect. It's a shame that Sally's on the lead, because she's been very attentive, which is nice. You know, she's not stopping and starting. But I'd rather she was stopping and starting and enjoying herself a little bit better. She's such a well-behaved dog that she's just walking right alongside me, even though the lead's got an elastic thing on it and it can go as far as she wants, really. Anyway, so yeah, look at these flowers up here in the tree. Nice, eh? There you are. Very peaceful in here. Yeah, the only thing I can think that's on my mind, I was looking on Facebook day before yesterday, and I saw a motorhome come up for sale, and I thought, well, that's good, you know, 10 grand, and just being resprayed and stuff. And it turned out it was my old motorhome. I'd owned it a few years ago, and sold it. And it's quite an old one, but it's a good reliable one. And but anyway, I've lived in 8 caravans altogether over my life, and 2 of them were little touring caravans, and I honestly just don't feel like I need the space of a house, or certainly a big house. You know, I'm happy in a small space. I like life kind of uncluttered. So everybody's different. You know, a lot of people value things, you know, like to go shopping and stuff and buy things. I just don't. I'm not interested. Unless the thing has a purpose, and it has to be, you know, a real purpose, like something I don't have. I'm just not interested. So the big house thing, I don't know, what do you need it for? I'm not really sure. 4 bathrooms and I don't know. But I certainly don't want all of that. And for a long time I've fancied living in a motorhome. And there's the story. Because why would you want to live in a motorhome, you know? Well, there's something about being out of, what are we going here? Plant Hunters Trail? That sounds alright. Is that what you want, Sally? Okay, we'll go Plant Hunters Trail. Good choice. There's something about being like of no fixed abode, or just being more in touch with nature. You know, it sounds strange to say in a motorhome, but in a motorhome or a caravan, you are more in touch because you're more exposed to it. The nature controls your life more. You're not so isolated from it. As a house is a much more controlled environment. Motorhome will rock about and it will get battered by the wind and rain and stuff, and you'll hear it and feel it. And it will be colder when it's cold. So, we're going to the Bavarian summer house. That's where we're going. Okay, well that was your choice, Sally, but I like your thinking. And here's the view from the Bavarian summer house. Try and peek around there. Your Brodick. Come on then, Sal, we'll go in here. I'm getting, oops, the camera went wonky there. I'm getting a fan call because Sally's on the lead. So she kind of crossed over there, or I crossed over. And that's nice, Sally. The Bavarian summer house. What do you think? Yeah. There's the ceiling, all the acorns in the ceiling. An entire ceiling of acorns and sticks. And the walls are the same. I'll go over to this wall maybe. Kind of thing that you would paint in a building, isn't it? You could come in here and do a bit of contemplation, couldn't you? Very peaceful. Oh, Sally, a good dog. Just stops as soon as I do. Okay, well, I didn't know we were going there, but that was nice. Yeah, there's the road there, so it's quite close to this bit. We're right on the edge of the grounds here. There she comes. So yeah, and I did wonder, what's the appeal, you know, of being of no fixed abode? Because it does appeal. I fancy having no address. I don't have a phone, you know, I don't have a phone line. I don't even own a mobile, or there is one, but I don't know how to work it. My daughter gave me it. I don't even know how it works at all. So effectively I don't have one. Now Sally, you're going to get up this wee step here, and I'm going to lift you. I'm going to lift you, Emily. Come on, let's get you. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So that was interesting to see it, you know. And after that, I had a motorhome that was a real luxury one, and it had a button you could press, and a double bed would come out of the ceiling, you know, right down to almost to the floor. Sally's definitely going to want lifted up here. Come on, let's get you up, Sal. Alright. Steps a bit big there. There we go. Anyway, I didn't buy it, but yeah, it's an instant thing about being out of touch, but also in touch, because I do keep in touch. I'm on Facebook and YouTube, and I really enjoy Facebook actually. I keep in touch with people. I even use the phone on the Facebook, and I post things and I message people and see what's going on. Let's have a look here. That's nice, isn't it? I mean, I could stop in a lot of places and see something as nice as this, but the paths everywhere. I lose track of where they all go. And I've been here so many times, and it's difficult keeping tracks of tracks. Come on, Sal. Here we go. What we'll do is step in here. I think someone's coming. Yeah. Well, she's very interested in everything. So she just kind of messes about.
Absolutely gorgeous. Hello, darling. How are you? I know, I smell of ponds, don't I? How are you? You
I'm
alright?
fine, thanks. Yeah,
Good.
fine.
I'll sneak by you.
Okay,
Thank
nice.
you. So certainly not be doing any jogging with...
No. No. This is full throttle. Got one of these. Oh, it looks similar to this in my garden. I don't suppose it is exactly the same. You see the flowers in that one. There we go. So yeah, just the appeal of being, I think it's to do with being with nature, you know. More in touch. Look at that there. That's beautiful. Gosh, so peaceful. Sally's going slow because she's on a lead, that's the thing. Because she isn't normally on a lead, so she's just doing the kind of slow and steady thing. Oh, we need a big reindeer up here. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, and with motorhomes they've got 12 volt electrics and things, so you can actually be off grid, and they've got lighting and power for your telly and fridge and all that kind of stuff, and you don't need to be plugged into the electricity to have that. I'll be filming that there, that's nice.
Okay, take your time, we're going to take a photo.
You're going to take a photo, aye. Come on, Sal, there we go.
Oh, what age?
Well, nearly 16, yeah. It's a wee rescue, so she only got me when she was 12.
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah.
That's just a slower pace, isn't it? You're still getting about,
She's
aren't
still
you?
getting about, she's still running if she wants to.
Yeah.
But we usually just go at this pace. She can't actually hear anything, so she doesn't know.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Ah.
Nice one.
Have a nice day.
Nice one, same to you. when I am filming, because I come across people and they don't really know I'm filming, right? So I don't want to intrude. So I kind of tend to not point the camera at them, and you know, so even though they're kind of like saying hello to Sally or something, I'm not. That's the way I figure it anyway. I'm not really filming them, so to speak, without them really knowing. So I tend to just point the camera down, and hopefully that's the right thing to do. Because it's difficult to know. I don't really know. Because not everybody wants to be filmed, and when I come across them, they won't know that, you know. Wild Isle. Still, actually funny, I actually still don't even know where we are. I know roughly speaking what direction we're going, but this little path here, I think it's like the change in the seasons or something, so I don't always recognise them. Yeah, we'll just carry along here, I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so anyway, I didn't buy it, and I think it's sold anyway, so that's that gone. And I don't suppose I will live in a motorhome. There's an outside chance. The only thing is, it's just a bit difficult to heat things in the winter. Well, you've got gas and oil heating. I've got central heating. It was central heating in the last one. But I just fancy the idea of like leaving work. Where's Dave? Nobody knows where Dave is. Dave is wherever he parked his home for the night, you know. It just sounds like a nice idea to me. And I'm not even quite sure why. So that's the reason why I'm talking about it actually. No fixed abode, you know. The appeal of it. It's a funny thing. I don't think you can do it in a caravan because, I mean, the thing is, caravans, they cost a fraction of motorhomes. I mean, you can get a nice caravan for a few thousand and it'll have the same space as a motorhome. A motorhome will be 20,000-30,000 for a decent second-hand one. But the motorhome, you can move your whole home with you, motorhome, motorised home. But a caravan has to really stay where it is, you know, unless if you were going to work. So I'm not sure that it'd be so easy. I think you can park a motorhome really anywhere you want, pretty much, apart from the centre of the villages that says no motorhomes overnight. But caravans, I think, are different. I'm not sure. I think if it was easy just to park a touring caravan and stay in Arran, someone would have done it. Being that there's such a shortage of accommodation on the island. So we're going to go up here, Sally, I think. No, we're not going down the steps, Sally, we'll go up here. Those steps are a bit too steep. Come on, Mum. Come on. Come on, going up this little hill. I know it's a stony one, I don't like stony ones, but it's better than the downhill. So that's what we got to there. Yeah, so I think if it was easy, if you could stay in a touring caravan, imagine if us get moved on or something if we did that. Because you become almost like I suppose a tinker, like what it used to be. I don't mean any offence by it. That was just, what's the right name? Is it tinker or travelling people, or I don't know, gypsies, or am I allowed to use any of those words? I can't even keep up. But you know what I mean. People who live in caravans, and so that's what I'm talking about, I suppose, except for holding down a full-time job and being the same as everybody else in other ways, and that's the difference, I suppose. Because I used to live next door to a whole camp of what were tinkers, which is what they were still called at the time. At Sambraze, there was a big camp there, and they lived there for years, and they were just, what, I don't know, 50 yards up the road, 100 yards up the road from me, and they lived, they had this massive tent, I remember, almost like a big Indian tent, you know, but really, really big, and with a hole in the top of it, and I think it had a chimney thing coming out the top of the hole as well. It did, didn't it? So there was like a fire. Must have been sealed at the top somehow, I don't know how they did it. Come on, Sal, come on. There we go. I'm going back a long time, going back to the mid and late 80s now. And I remember the tinkers all got moved to like a piece of land where they'd built these kind of cabins near the castle here, very close. You want to go up that one? Alright, I've got that one if you want. Just messing about the lead here. Is that the one you want? Oh, you fell over. This is a small stony one. And interestingly, they stayed in that camp for a few years. I don't remember how many exactly. And these are permanent homes now, very small permanent homes. Oh, I'm running out of battery here. And then they abandoned it, and it just ended up getting all knocked down and overgrown again. So they obviously didn't want to be in kind of permanent homes. These were built for them, and then very quickly they disappeared again. So I never did find out exactly what happened there, but it didn't work. And eventually I think they all left the island. So anyway, there's me just reminiscing. I'm about to run out of battery here, I think, so what I'll do, I'll just come over here and we'll look at this. And then that'll be me, I think, because I'm going to conk out soon. Because as usual I didn't plan filming anything, and you can charge up the camera. So, the wall of mirrors, that's what I'm calling it. Oh, there's me. Oh, there's Sally. See if Sally comes and sees herself in the mirror. Come and have a look at yourself, Sally. Oh, you are. You're wagging your tail at yourself. You did. You gave yourself a doggy welcome there. Right, go on, Sally, come here. Who's that there? Look. Right, come here, come here, come here, come here. Who's that? That's Sally. You did give you gave yourself a doggy welcome. Okay, well at least you were nice and friendly to yourself there, that's good. There we go. Wall of doggy mirrors. If it does conk out, my apologies. I'm just actually coming up to the walled garden here, so I'll poke the camera in the door if I get a chance. The castle up there. Flowers. The early settlements in Arran date from 7000 BC. Yeah. There's the wall of the walled garden. I actually don't think we're going to make it myself, but anyway. You can just see Brodick Bay through the trees there. Sun's still coming. lovely, isn't it? It's just about perfect, to be honest. Just sitting on these benches. There we go. Just have a poke through. The secret garden. There we go. Okay. Right, well, I think this camera's going to conk out, so I'm going to try and preempt it this time. And just turn it off here. Okay, so. Right, that'll do it. Cheers.